Hello, I'm Les, the Monster Painter, and I'm here today with my buddy Dave, and we're going to talk about the best and the worst of Star Wars miniatures. Now, we're not talking about the Fantasy Flight, what is that called?
Imperial Assault or Legion?
Right, we're talking about the old WizKid Star Wars miniature game.
Wizards of the Coast.
Wizards of the Coast, pardon me, holy mackerel, that's why he's here. The Wizards of the Coast Star Wars miniatures game running from September of 2004 to April, well, the last release was on April of 2010, so it had a pretty good run, and they printed up, or they made up a lot of models, didn't they?
Yeah, I believe it's over 800, and there was 13 sets.
13 sets encompassing 800 plus miniatures.
Yeah.
And you were pretty hardcore in this game, weren't you?
Yes, I played 2 or 3 times a week for sure.
2 or 3 times a week, so that's a lot of play. And you collected it. You have the whole shebang.
Every piece, not including all the promos, but I have every piece. Yeah.
Every single piece, and you've handled them a lot. And did all of them get onto the table?
Most of them, yeah.
Oh yeah, very good. And today we're going to talk about not the gameplay or the rules or anything.
Yeah, not the value of a piece in gameplay, but just the sculpt, the paint job, and the pose.
Right. We're going to talk about which models look the best in a set of 800. It'll be awesome. Now, one of my favorite models, mostly because of his fluff, his background, he's a Bith jazz musician whose his jazz band got shut down by the Galactic Empire, and now he's turned to the rebellion for vengeance. Or something like that, right?
Yeah, it actually says it on the card. Yeah, he's a former jazz player.
Yep. And you selected this one.
Yeah, the ones you see there are all ones that have really nice action poses, good anatomy. Yeah, these would be ones I think have some of the best.
Yeah, he's definitely dramatic. He's hunched down. He's got some style going, and he's in the wrong spot. Move over, because who the hell is this guy? I don't know that guy from Star Wars.
It's a Bith Black Sun Vigo, which was a part of the Shadow of the Empire.
Bith Black Sun Vigo. So he's like the jazz musician's serious brother.
Yeah. So yeah, he would have been a character from the extended universe, not in any of the movies.
Mm-hmm. You cannot deny that is a dramatic pose, can you? No, is he? And then, of course, one more. This is pose drama, a classic, iconic character. That's a
Scout Trooper.
Scout Trooper, the guys that were zipping around on the hover bikes in Endor fighting the teddy bears.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good pose. It's him running, shooting as he's running away. It's good.
Yep, yeah. Can't deny the drama. All right, so that's the 3 best based on pose, hey?
Yep.
Okay, well, let's move on. So this next set is all from one release?
Yeah, there was the set called Bounty Hunters.
Bounty Hunters.
It seemed like they had, at that time, they were putting out some of the best quality miniatures and paint jobs.
Like Lando.
Yeah. The sculpts are really well done, really detailed, nice separation of the paints, of the paint colors.
Boba Fett.
Yep.
Ooh. Who is this one? Somebody in disguise, I suspect. So you like these because of the quality of the paint job?
The sculpts are all really nice. There's lots and lots of detail. I suspect that by this point in the game, they knew that this would be the characters a lot of people were asking for.
And which set is this?
The Bounty Hunters.
The Bounty Hunters. Now this guy in particular, I remember if you collected the Kenner action figures, this guy is the holy grail of Kenner action figures. Is he the holy grail of Star Wars miniatures, Dave?
No.
His name again?
That's Dengar.
Dengar, yeah. You had to send proofs of purchase off to Kenner, and they would, and $5, and they'd mail you the special Dengar action figure, which I never got, but I obviously know about him. So we're coming up to your favorites.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Almost there.
almost there. This is who's that? That's IG-88.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, he's a pretty nicely modeled. The detail of all his armor and stuff come out.
Yep, all his joints and circuitry.
Yep. This is a good looking set. And this guy is he's like a character who appeared for like 3 seconds or something.
Most of these characters only.
Yeah, this guy was in for one shot, like a 2-second shot.
Yeah.
I think he curled his toes though. And this is, what is this guy again?
That's
Forlom. He's a bounty hunter, I guess. Was he in that scene on the battle station or the Star Destroyer where Darth Vader has got all his bounty hunters together?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, and finally, we're getting to your favorite in terms of
sculpt.
Sculpt, and
this is one of my favorites for sure.
Sculpt as well as detail. And
yeah.
is this the Mandalorian?
Well, it's Jango Fett.
Jango Fett. Who the hell's Jango Fett?
It's from the movie you refuse to watch.
Oh yeah. You'll have to be more specific.
It's from the episode 2, the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah.
Attack of the Clones.
Right, Attack of the Clones. And yeah, that is a pretty sleek looking miniature.
Just rotate him a little bit so you can see how he's on.
Oh, look at He's got his rockets there. It's a mixture of opaque and translucent materials. And this character, I guess he's a significant character. Is he related to Boba Fett at all?
Yes, it's his father. His clone father.
His clone father. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, that's Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, definitely a lovely looking model. And ever onward. Right, so now we're going to, what are we looking at?
Just some interesting pieces that have something about them that's different from the others.
So this guy's a scary looking space wizard.
Yeah, he's a Sith Lord from Knights of the Republic video game.
Right. And yeah, he's a dramatic looking fellow. Why do you like him?
Well, the reason why I pointed him out is that he's the only one of all the miniatures that has the light actually painted on the light of the lightsaber.
Ooh. Yeah. Source point lighting is what the nerds with the paintbrushes call it. And that's it's generally considered quite a high achievement in terms of technique. And yeah, that's fairly convincing. That's kind of a brave sort of thing to do for a pre-painted miniature line.
Yeah, they never did on any others. Not that I can think of.
No doubt. It's not a particularly easy thing to just conceive of properly. And so, moving onward, we have C-3PO, the living god. Why did you pick this one out?
Just because it's such a strange piece to have in a war game. He's hard to table in terms of gameplay, but he's a really fun piece just to have, and maybe even just put on your bookshelf.
Right, yeah, he is. It's definitely it's very evocative of that Ewok village scene. That's for sure. And now we have Yoda on horseback.
It's a Kaibok.
Kaibok.
And I pointed this one because this one shows how when the Clone Wars cartoon was at its height there, some of the minis started having a little bit more of a cartoony or anime influence into the sculpt. And so Yoda's got a little bit of anime ears and little facial features there, a little flattened.
He is certainly a fun model. And I'm not such a stickler. I'd say he'd make a great some kind of great crazy goblin fighter.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep. Lovely set. Now there's another one that you wanted to talk about, and it has to do with what you didn't want to talk about.
Yeah, well, I hadn't really been paying attention to the collectability of the game, but it turns out this guy's become quite the collectible.
Yeah.
So, one of the most expensive minis that I've ever known of, really.
Yeah, what's he called?
It's Darth Revan.
Darth Revan, and
he's the main villain from the Knights of the Republic video game.
Wow, when did the Knights of the? That's an old video game.
It is an old video game, but it holds up so well, and I think that's the reason why he's really collectible. Is that it's the only piece of plastic. If you want Darth Revan, this is the only one. So for whether you're playing the role playing game or miniatures or anything Star Wars.
That's the one. How much is that? How much is that sucker worth?
I saw it going for 180 on Cool Stuff Inc.
$180 for a pre-painted miniature. Good God, now I feel like I've seen or heard everything. So this next selection of yours is for shelf bling, hey?
Yeah, the ones that would look good on a shelf.
Right. Well, I know this guy because I had him in one of my my squads when we played, and he was pretty effective. Who is he?
That's a B3 Ultra Battle Droid.
A B3 Ultra Battle Droid. That sounds so awesome. This is a different droid that we know for trying to shoot at Chewbacca on the planet Hoth and missing. Does anybody ever hit in Star Wars?
No.
What's now? This guy's got a name, right?
It's a probe droid.
A probe droid, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's even got the snow on the base there.
Probe droid. Oh yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, and he definitely is iconic, and he'll look. He looks recognizable on the shelf. Then we got, what do we got here? Oh my God, it's the Sand Raider on a Bantha. He's enormous.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful sculpt.
Yeah. How much did that sucker cost you?
You know what? Probably not much, because if you're buying it for the game, it's not that great of a piece, so it goes for fairly cheap. But I mean, just to put it on your shelf, you'd almost want it.
So there's an advantage in the model not being good in the game, making it cheaper, and yeah, that's a pretty fun sculpt. And this guy looks like he could be in 1,000 different games. A mechanical spider.
Yeah, it's the crab droid.
The crab droid.
And there's also one that's a big one. He's as big as the Bantha there. Yeah. That's really nice as well. I didn't bring all the vehicles. I mean, it's kind of a
crab droid is the size of the Bantha?
It's you call it a huge crab droid. But I didn't bring a lot of the vehicles because it's kind of a given that having the snow speeder and ATST is nice on the shelf. So I chose some of the different ones.
Absolutely. I guess that's no doubt. Back to the background. And who on earth is this guy? I have no idea.
Dark Trooper Phase 3 is from a very early video game, one of the Dark Forces games.
Okay, so he's a video game character.
He's a video game character, yeah.
So yeah, Star Wars Minis, they really mined the franchise for every possible character and model.
Yeah.
And so...
I mean, I guess in some ways they had to create what those things look like. You wouldn't know what a character looks like until they came up with their interpretation of it.
Right.
Because some from the novels.
But this guy's from the video game, right?
He's definitely from a video game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you think he's a good shelf piece?
Yeah. If you're a fan of the game, for sure.
Okay. Well, there you go. And then, of course, can never forget former president of the United States. Oh wait, no, it's Jabba the Hutt. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great mini too. It's got all the detail of this sort of set decoration there. It's got that hookah thing.
Yeah. He's got the hookah. He's got, what is this guy? Salacious Crumb?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah, they never did come up with a mini of him on his own.
Oh, well, I guess he doesn't... Is he a character on his own? I think he exists only in context of Jabba the Hutt. That was a terrible Jabba the Hutt impression.
It's a good Trump impression.
Not really. Now, what on earth is this thing?
No, that's from another movie you refuse to watch.
Oh, okay.
That's from Revenge of the Sith. And that's Grievous on his it's a wheel bike that he tries to escape on.
Okay, so this is like a major character on.
Oh yes, that's General Grievous.
Okay,
one of the best things from the movie.
Right. He's like a cyborg or a robot.
He's a cyborg. Yeah.
A cyborg. So there's a brain inside that.
There's definitely, yeah.
Okay, and he's got his crazy. It's got a real weird World War II feel to it, or the wheel vehicle thing. Panandrum, yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. That definitely look pretty nice on your shelf. So now we're done with the tedious stuff that's good, and we're going to have the real fun looking at the stuff that's bad. Now, you said that this guy's not bad.
That one's not bad. That's a weak way.
A weak way. And they're they're like Jabba's henchmen kind of guys. Yeah. Okay. And so this is another weak way. That's another good weak way.
Yeah, that's a good weak way.
And then we have this model is supposed to be the same species.
That's another weak way, but he looks like olive oil at the Star Wars costume party.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Okay. Back you go. Okay, I'm not quite sure. These are Star Wars miniatures, right? You're not.
Yeah.
You didn't. We planned this to be a Star Wars miniatures episode. So what the hell's going on there?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's from the Clone Wars cartoon, but honestly, he looks like he's something that's ready to battle Atlantis or something.
Yeah, he's got a very Atlantean. This is more Jack Kirby than George Lucas, that's for sure. And then we've got an even less Star Wars. This guy looks like he should be in the old 80s Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. What the heck is...
He's got a very Egyptian look to him. And this is from the Legacy comic that had some of the worst, in my opinion, worst costume design. They look like they should have been at a Willow and not at a Star Wars.
But that is a legitimate, that's a Star Wars character.
That's a Sith villain. And I may be wrong that he's from the ancient lore, but still, he just does not look like Star Wars
he totally does not have. He's kind of a fun looking model. He looks like he should be fighting in Dungeons and Dragons, not in Star Wars, though.
And this guy, I'm pretty sure, is from the Legacy comic book, and I don't mind him. But it's just, again, they just had the worst designers for.
I mean, at least he has a lightsaber, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to always have a bit of a mix of technology and mysticism, and he just looks something like a fantasy novel.
Is that jerk giving me the finger? Oh my god, I think he is. Back you go, you jerk. And you Atlantean thing, and Conan's... And he's an enemy from a Conan comic book. Conan probably kills that guy and steals the slave girl from him. All right. Now, I'm shocked, Dave, that you don't like the cute little teddy bears that saved the universe.
It's one of the worst paint jobs. It's got just 3 flat colors, and you can't even see that he's holding a bow and arrow there.
Yeah. Oh, he's holding a bow and arrow there?
Yeah, it's got the same colors as fur.
Ooh. He looks extra cartoony. That's for sure. And then...
yeah, if you're going to go into battle, make sure everyone can see you so they can get a good aim on you.
Yeah, that is a wild color choice for a costume. Is that actually what the character wore? Bright green?
I don't know what it's from, but holy cow! Like,
and the base is different. What's the story there?
The Alliance and Empire set had a different shape base. It was an anniversary. It was like the 30th anniversary at the time.
Okay, well, man, she's I don't even know, is there a comparable style in human or Earth terms for this? Bright green, holy mackerel, she can go stand beside the sorcerer who tried to kill Conan. And back you go, teddy bear. Now, okay. Right, so I was unaware that RoboCop was part of the franchise.
Exactly it. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Huh. Yeah, who is this?
I don't remember. I think he's from the New Republic, but boy, he just does not...
Who is he? We gotta find out.
Can you read it?
Galactic Alliance Trooper. He's a Galactic Alliance Trooper?
Yeah, well, he's...
Yeah, and
he's the serve and protect, it looks like.
Totally. What a strange... I guess it's not unusual for science fiction to kind of cross-pollinate. We'll be generous. We'll call it cross-pollination. And back you go, RoboCop. And who do we have here?
That's a Mon Calamari. He's a
Mon Calamari.
Yeah, I chose him for being another really bad paint job, kind of boring pose.
Yeah, he's sort of very static, and
his base is warped over the years too.
Oh yeah, yep, that's definitely a negative. Holy mackerel. And yeah, he's purple. and he doesn't look like a Mon Calamari to me. He looks like a vague generic alien. Mon Calamaris are at least a distinctive kind of alien creature. Okay, now we're getting to the really big name. I've often thought that Darth Vader is probably the greatest of supervillains. In his first scene, he kills a prisoner. In his second scene, he menaces the heroine, and then in his third scene, he kills one of his own men. I don't remember when he started dancing, though.
Yes, this is the one we call Prancing Vader. There's a lot of Vaders that came out in this series, but there's a couple that were really...
Yeah. How many Vaders are there?
Oh, there's got to be a good 9 or 10.
Wow, and this is the most Broadway of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he looks like he can get down. That's for sure. Okay, I didn't know Darth Vader had a Christopher Walken kind of secret. And then he's back. But this is the Mel Brooks version.
Yes,
this is Dark Helmet. Oh my God. That is one big helmet.
It's a huge helmet, and if you look at his arm, his left arm, it is super tiny.
Oh my gosh.
So bad.
His proportions, you're right, his proportions are terrible.
And I bet it sort of gets lost in that cape too, where it's all...
Yep.
It's just such a terrible sculpt.
Terrible sculpt, but really, I mean, it's kind of awesome that there is a dark helmet model available in Star Wars minis. Anybody ever write up the stat line for Dark Helmet? These are things that have to be done. Someone out there watching this, write up the stat line for Dark Helmet. So obviously, you could, there's a lot of fine models in this line, and you could, oh wait, he's the expensive one.
Easy.
What? Oh.
Maybe they could fight over who's more expensive.
Yeah, you guys get over and fight over who, you can fight over C-3PO. Somebody's got to. So this is there's a lot of quality miniatures in this line. There's some terrible ones, but this is a pretty big mass of good stuff. I guess Star Wars miniatures is one game you could play with it. Anything else you come to mind?
Well, there's Imperial Assault and there's Legion.
Yeah, I guess Imperial Assault and Legion are pretty much no-brainers. The scale's a little bit different, isn't it?
They all have a slightly different scale, but they'll work together.
Yeah, I know. I've never been completely fazed by slight differences in scale. These ones are supposed to be 34 millimeters, or what the hell? I don't know. At any rate, you could also, I think, outfit quite a nice band of soldiers for, say, miniature agnostic games like Star Breach and Planet 28, which is a little more role play, and all these crazy characters would fit quite nicely in such a game. And then coming up is a game I'm all excited about, a miniatures agnostic game called Stargrave, which could be quite a lot of fun. And holy mackerel, if Dave, you don't need to buy any models to play any of those three games. You got everything you need.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. Which is one of the reasons why I never got into collecting the other games, is that I already have the mini.
Yeah. No doubt. And this is quite vast, isn't it? Now that we've teased everybody with all these lovely old-timey sculpts and models, where can people get them now?
eBay. I don't even think you'll find very many in your local friendly game store anymore.
Yeah, the game stores don't have boxes of them.
I mean, some do, I'm sure, but I don't think around here.
So you're stuck with eBay. How about the Troll and Toad kind of places?
Troll and Toad, cool stuff.
Cool stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's online shopping. You're not going to be able to dig these up nice and simply, eh?
Mm.
Now, what would you say is the advantage of this old line of models over, say, Star Wars Legion or Is Star Wars Legion the only game, or
Legion and Imperial Assault.
Legion and Imperial Assault? Those are the other games in town.
Yeah, the big advantage is that you get the characters throughout all the different movies as they develop. You'll get Farm Boy Luke, and then right up to him in his costume fighting Jabba.
So multiple sculpts of the same character with in different costumes in different periods in their history.
Yeah, every wardrobe change got a sculpt.
And this line goes pretty deep in the characters, don't they? They hardly miss a single character.
There's a few that didn't make it. There was no young Anakin.
No young Anakin. Well, who wants that? How about Grand Moff Tarkin? I was always choked that character wasn't a Kenner action figure. I thought that was a great disservice to the great Peter Cushing.
Yeah, there's at least 2 of those.
At least 2, awesome. Say Admiral Thrawn, the red-eyed, blue-skinned supervillain.
2 of those.
Okay, well there you go. And then like lots of obscure characters.
Lots of obscure characters. Some of them I have no idea what they're from.
Right. Yes, as we saw, the weird Atlantean axe-swinging guy. There you have the best and the worst of Star Wars miniatures. A fine game with a lot of great fun sculpts. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, the subscribe button, even leave a comment. I love comments, so leave a comment. And I'll see you next time.